as you can see, I am back with another video. And yes, as you can tell, I am filming this in the other room, which means it's probably daytime. Yes, currently right now in the Pacific Northwest, it is hot. It is almost 100 degrees the past couple days. So I have not been filming at night because at night it feels like I want to die. It's so hot. So I'm filming them earlier in the morning before I get ready for work. So hopefully, again, if you guys hear background noises, cars, birds chirping, hopefully you guys don't mind, but it's just for my own sanity from having a heat stroke to film nowadays. So hopefully you guys don't mind that. But in today's video, in today's videos, we are going to be talking about, yes, another added video to the collection of $15 team builder. And today's little theme, I guess you could say, is clutch. Yes, build your $15 team. I guess full of clutch players. I don't know, we'll go through them. You guys will see. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy that video. Make sure you check out yesterday's video where I did a Marvel facts reading video. It was a lot of fun. If you're into Marvel or just a nice relaxing ASMR video, make sure you check that out. Make sure to like this video if you like this video. Maybe like this video if you agree with some of the players on this list. Maybe comment down below what players deserve to be on this list. And yeah, make sure you obviously subscribe to the channel. We are doing a 7.5k subscriber giveaway when I do hit 7.5k subs. Very exciting. Gonna be a couple winners. Hopefully you guys are into that. And yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so here are the sort of players you can choose from building a starting five using only $15, full of clutch players, I guess you could say. I'm taking a look at these, and some of these are 100% agreeable. Some of these are very sus, but hey, not mine. I really wish I could use like an editor or something like that to make my own, because I could make such good ones. Maybe I should talk to someone. If you're someone who can edit pictures and things like this, hit me up in my email down below. Also, if you want like personal videos and also things like that, also hit me up in my email down below. So if you don't know, the sort of start of this video is just looking at the players. They're going to be listed from $5 players to $4 players to $3 players to $2 players to $1 players, and just got to make a team of 5 using the $15. So with the first lineup of people, the $5 players at point guard, you could probably guess. Yeah, it is Damian Lillard from the Portland Trail Blazers. Yes, I know about last night's game. Don't get me started. I will probably make a Portland Trail Blazers specific video after this year talking about Portland. I have a lot to say, and it's all not good stuff, so I'm gonna wait on that. Damian, I love him, my favorite player of all time. I probably will be making a video about Portland very soon, so just watch out for that. Then at shooting guard, who's arguably a point guard, but I actually like him at the 2, is Luka Doncic. Very clutch player for sure. At small forward, Kevin Durant, no duh. Extremely clutch player throughout his entire career. You have LeBron at power forward, which, again, an extremely clutch player we've seen throughout history. At $5, we have Nikola Jokic, who last night also had an insane game. Very clutch player, always knows the perfect passes where all of his teammates are. Insane IQ of not only a center, obviously the best passing big man of all time, but also just as a player in general, extremely good player. Then at the $4 positions, we have at point guard Kyrie Irving, obviously Cleveland 3-1. You know, that shot over Steph Curry, insanely clutch, makes a lot of sense. Devin Booker at the 2. Oh my god. Last night's fourth quarter against the Lakers, you can tell that he really wanted that dagger of a win there. So Devin Booker definitely deserves to be on this list. You have Kawhi Leonard at $4, which is Kawhi clutch? I don't even know. I mean, Kawhi's a great player, like a top 10 player in the NBA for sure, but I don't know if I'd really define him as clutch. But he's a very good player. Well, obviously he hit that shot which obviously last year's playoffs, came out of his own and became a monster of a player in the playoffs against Donovan Mitchell and that Utah Jazz team. That he can definitely be, a $4 or $5 player when he's playing like that. That's for sure. Then you have Zach LaVine at $3 for shooting guard, which, again, I mean, Zach LaVine is one of the best scorers in the NBA, but I don't really think of him being clutch. I mean, if you are a great scorer, that kind of already makes you kind of clutch, so maybe that's why, but Zach LaVine, not bad. Then you have Jimmy Butler at $3 for small forward, which Jimmy Butler this year wasn't very clutch against the Milwaukee Bucks, but last year in the finals he showed that he can definitely be that guy, averaging 25-point triple-double games, this and that, going 10 for 10 for LeBron James. Like, that was insane. So if I can get that Jimmy Butler, that's not bad. Then you have Pascal Siakam at $3, which again, not too sure where they got that from. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Raptors games. I know this year he didn't really have a very great year, but maybe all time. Maybe he's pretty clutch. I'm not sure. $3 again. We have Bam out of Bio at center, which actually isn't bad. Again, this past series, not very clutch, but hey, he throughout his career, he's obviously the block against Jason Tatum. Defensively, very clutch player. $2. You have Kemba Walker at point guard, who back in the day, that clutch shot in college when he played for Connecticut makes a lot of sense. And then at shooting guard, you have Colin Sexton, which I also don't know. I mean, he was very good in that game against Brooklyn a while back. DeMar DeRozan, definitely not a bad pick there. Earlier on in his career, very clutch. Nowadays, not so much. Michael Porter Jr. at power forward for $2. That might be a bargain. I mean, even for his 3-point shooting ability, he's a great player, and also his length, his defensive capability. Keep in mind, capability is the key word there. Pretty solid young player. And Steven Adams as well. Not Charles Clutch, but a very good defensive center. And then for the $1 players, you have Cole Anthony, who hit that one buzzer beater early on in the year. So I guess that's pretty clutch. I think that's Emmanuel quickly. So if there's any Knicks fans out there, let me know how he's in this list. You have OG Anunoby at small forward again, no idea. Carmelo Anthony. I mean, obviously prime Carmelo Anthony, very clutch. Nowadays, Carmelo Anthony is a absolute, maybe the worst defender in the entire NBA. I'm not entirely sure. And then also we have Enes Kanter at $1 as well. Not too bad. All right, so that's the team. That's the players we can pick from. So you guys know whenever I sort of start these videos, which I've done probably 10 of these already, but I love doing this so much, and I know you guys do too. I always try to look for the value picks, and this player for $3 could arguably be, in one point in time, a $5 player. This year, he had a very up and down year, a lot of injuries even throughout his team, and I know for a fact, with given the right opportunity and the right team around him, he could be a very special player. Obviously, we saw that last year in the NBA Finals, and yes, for $3, I am in fact picking up Jimmy Butler. Now, Jimmy Butler obviously isn't the most ideal player in today's NBA, obviously being a terrible 3-point shooter. Can he hit a shot? Sure. I mean, I wouldn't hate him for taking a 3, but definitely not part of his game. But if we're talking about being an amazing on-ball defender, a very smart player in general, very high IQ, team leader type of guy, a very great player you'd want on your team to guide a team in the right direction. He's very good at sort of initiating the offense, very good at handling the ball, getting his team going. So I think just having Jimmy Butler there as a very solid first pickup, a guy we can sort of just pick and pop anywhere we want him to be. I think it's a very solid pick, especially for the small forward position, which is very stacked. Obviously with Kevin Durant and Kawhi, even DeMar DeRozan, very good player, even OG is a very solid player. But I think Jimmy Butler brings that sort of leadership that I think a lot of the other players, like obviously DeMar and OG, even at some point in times, Kawhi is not very much an on the court leader. He just leads by example. I think Jimmy Butler arguably offensively, he is also a very capable player, almost at the same level as Devin Booker as a scorer. But in every other sense, I think Devin Booker is probably a better facilitator, sort of a superstar power. How he is as a player as a whole, I think he's just a little bit further down the road than Zach LaVine is. Besides, obviously, like athleticism, which obviously that makes sense. But you know, as a facilitator, as IQ goes, I think Devin Booker really picks his spots very well. Really knows that already in his young career, which I feel like he's been in the NBA for 10 years already, but in his young career, he can always, you know, feel the sense of the tempo of the game, when to score, how to score, pick his spots, things like that. Very Kobe Bryant-esque type of player, which I think would be great to pair alongside someone like Jimmy Butler, who can put him in the right spots. Jimmy Butler doesn't need to be our go-to scorer. That can be Devin Booker as for right now. And I love that. A great three-point shooter, great mid-range, post-game. Everything about Devin Booker is great. His defense is a little sus, but hey, that's why we have Jimmy Butler for that. So I'm picking up Devin Booker. I think that's a really good spot, especially last night's game against the Lakers. You could tell, man, when he gets going, he can be one of the best offensive players in the entire NBA. I mean, he scored 70-plus points in a game in his career already, so I think having Devin Booker just being there as an offensive juggernaut who can also facilitate the ball very well, just like how Jimmy Butler can, I think is amazing. So I think Devin Booker is a pretty smart pick here. Okay, so we have Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler. That's $7. Already using up a lot of money, it seems. Let's see. You know what? I was already talking about him pretty earlier on in the video, and so we have a go-to scorer in Devin Booker. We have a sort of leadership type of guy, really great perimeter defender in Jimmy Butler. But I think just getting a very solid guy at a position that can just, you know, be sort of an X factor. Can be a great scorer, be a great defender, can be a decoy, a great shooter. I think getting Michael Porter Jr. for $2 is very risky, but in the long run, if I was sort of doing this in real life, could be very, very good for us. Obviously, in the Denver Nuggets Blazers series, Michael Porter Jr. is the X factor. If he plays great, which he did last night, Denver usually wins. So if we can sort of have that sort of same value of Michael Porter Jr., where he can either be a 15, 20 point per game scorer maybe, or even just a guy you can throw the ball to in the corner in a nice open three. I think he shoots the ball around 40+% from a three, being a 6'10" guy who could be very lengthy as a defender, who could, you know, pose a lot of mismatches on the court in the NBA. I think that'd be amazing. So I think having Michael Porter Jr. on the team could be really good. Now, if we are doing sort of like a regular NBA game, you know, is it gonna, you know, have a hard time against, you know, typical bigs of the NBA? Duh, absolutely. I think he plays the three position, the small forward position very well because he is so big and lengthy. But if he does play the four, it's kind of rough. I mean, I don't think he can really guard like a Julius Randle or Anthony Davis, but he does have a good size on him, so I'm going to take that risk. Again, just the capability that Michael Porter Jr. has already in his very young career is very promising, so I think that's why I'm going to take the gamble. I'm going to pick up Michael Porter Jr., who also can be a sort of perimeter defender, so now we have Michael Porter Jr. and Jimmy Butler as pretty decent sort of our two-way wings, and then you have Devin Booker, who can just be that go-to, knock him down, killer on offense, also very good facilitator. Jimmy Butler, good facilitator. I think I'm doing okay so far. Okay, so we got Devin Booker, we have Jimmy Butler, and Michael Porter Jr. That's $9 out of 15. Oh my God, that's pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. So we have $6 left over because we have $9 spent, right? Yep, we have 9, so we have $6 left. So I can get a great player and an okay player. I can get two pretty average players. Oh man, this is tough actually. But you know what? Last night, we saw one of, in my opinion, the best playoff performances we've seen. Obviously, the best one we've seen so far in the playoffs this year. but maybe one of the best we've seen all time over the past couple years in Damian Lillard. Again, I'm going to go into more detail about what I feel about Damian in Portland and all that stuff. I will go into that. You guys know I've been on the trade CJ McCollum train for years now, and it's definitely at a breaking point now. So, but anyways, individually, Damian Lillard is a great player, one of the best leaders, not only in the NBA but in sports. He's a very inspirational player, and I just can't make a clutch video, I guess, without picking up Damian Lillard. Now, of course, this could definitely be a Steph Curry type player or anything like that, or even picking up Luka Doncic would be great here as well. But I don't think, well, when I do these videos, I do them by category. And since this is categorized as point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, if it wasn't categorized as that, I would pick any player, and I think Luka would be a very good pickup here as well. Obviously, just being a bigger player and definitely a better facilitator. But I think Damian by himself as a point guard, as a clutch player, I think you have to have him on your team. So at $5, yes, 5 out of my $6 is gonna go to Damian Lillard. I think it's very understandable. I think Damian with a player like Jimmy Butler, oh my god, that would be absolutely amazing. These guys have very similar mindsets. I think that'd be a crazy duo. Then you have Devin Booker, who again not only can be our focal point in our offense, but now can be a very solid two-way I guess guard player with Damian Lillard. Sure, the defense isn't nearly there, but that's what Michael Porter Jr. and Jimmy Butler are there for. They're not going to be the offensive go-to guys. They're going to be our guys who pick their spots. Very great defensively, at least Jimmy Butler, Michael Porter Jr. can be. So I think that will make up for that, especially Michael Porter Jr. can also be a good perimeter defender, interior defender, being like a 6'10" guy. I think we have what it takes. So I have Damian at the 1, I have Booker at the 2, I have Jimmy Butler at the 3, and Michael Porter Jr. at the 4. And obviously you can see there's some sort of pattern going on. If we're going in line, $1 left. Yes, very sadly. Well, not very sadly, but I got Enes Kanter left over with $1. It's not that bad, I would say. And I mean, defensively, again, not the best case scenario, but in the NBA, who cares? You know what I mean? Look at the Nets. Not the best defensively, but one of the best in the entire NBA. So I'm not too worried about that. Plus, Enes Kanter is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. That's for sure. So if we have offense like Dame, Booker, even Jimmy, even Michael Porter Jr. in some sense, we're gonna need a guy to clean up the boards. And obviously with Michael Porter Jr. not really being in the interior a whole lot, I think getting an offensive rebounder like Enes Kanter isn't the worst case scenario. Now, would I rather have Steven Adams? Absolutely yes. I think as a defender, even as a basketball player, is a little bit smarter. But I don't know who I would give up. I guess I could downgrade Damian for Kyrie and then upgrade to Steven Adams. That'd be nice. But again, just personal preference. Damian Lillard, Kyrie. I'm taking Dame. No offense. Devin Booker, Zach LaVine. That one can make more sense, but I would rather have Devin Booker than a Steven Adams, I guess you could say. So I think that is my team. I think that is. So we have $5, Damian Lillard. We have $4, that's $9 with Devin Booker. We have $3 with Jimmy Butler, that's $12. $2 with Michael Porter Jr., that's $14, and $1 Enes Kanter. I think that's okay. Like I said, I think you could do a lot of big pairings in this. You can get like Dame and Kevin Durant. You can get Luka and LeBron, Luka and Nikola Jokic. The passing ability with those guys as our dynamic duo would be amazing. But I really like to get like a very average sort of set team. Sure, you can spend $10 on 2 very top tier guys, but then again, the rest of your team is going to be pretty you know what I mean? So I really tried to level everything out to make a very good all-around team, if that makes any sense. But again, you could get like I said, like Kyrie would be a great pickup. You can get like Kyrie, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, maybe even Pascal Siakam. That also would be a pretty good lineup. You can get Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and then sort of build around them with like a Kemba rounds. There's a lot of different ways we can do it, so make sure you, obviously, you right now, yes, you right now, comment down below your team. I love knowing people's teams. It's my favorite thing to interact with you guys. So yeah, I think that's it. This is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video. I'm mostly waiting for the first round of the NBA playoffs to get done because I have a big sort of video for that. I'm going to be grading NBA superstars and how they performed so far in the first round. I thought that'd be kind of cool. I don't want to do it too early or too late, so I'm going to wait for maybe 1, 2, 3 more series. I know tonight, as you're watching this video, some series could actually end. So if a couple of those series do end, like the Hawks and Knicks, and I think the Jazz and Memphis play tonight, if those series end, I might start that video tomorrow, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, make sure you like the video if you do like the video, and obviously subscribe to the channel to be